TV. Hey, I hope that you are ready for a real inside look on what I do, how I do. We're going to take you inside the loop, give you some money tips, some health tips. We're going to show you how to live your best life each and every day to this highest potential. Just follow me. We're going right into it. JJ,
what's up?
How you doing, my man?
Another beautiful day in LA, bro. We got a little rain. So it does rain in Southern California. Don't believe that Tony. So, you know what I mean? It does rain.
I hear you.
How are you, brother?
We know what you were doing, okay? We know. You were stalling, so I get more good stuff about you.
Actually, it's funny. I should have this all set up because during the coronavirus, everything we did in the studio, whether that was for Turner or whether it was Fox, it was via Zoom or Skype.
Okay.
So it was all set up, but I had to change a couple of things on the camera, so that's why it took me a minute.
No problem, man. We appreciate, we know you're busy and we appreciate your time.
Come on, bro. No, you took care of me. I owe you this anyway. For stepping in for something for me. So
yeah, no problem, man. I did the best I could. We laid it out, though. So here's what I wanted. I did not prepare you for this for a very, very specific reason.
I was about to ask you that too. You didn't send me no agenda. You just said, listen, I need you to be on. That was it. I said, no problem. I didn't get anything in regards to what is going on. So
I did it on purpose because
I know you did.
I needed you to show up. What I want is your unadulterated truth about, and I'm going to tell you what I told everybody else for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I said, the reason why I'm bringing this cat on is not because he was a pro NBA player. I'm bringing him on because he was a pro NBA player. And then he transitioned into becoming a pro analyst, color analyst. So what he brings to the table is significantly greater than just one thing or the other. It is an internal mindset or feeling, or maybe you were just born and blessed with it. But I know that's not true. I know you work your hind parts off, but I'm not going to speak for you. So what I really wanted was I wanted you to share, not necessarily the transition, but just, I've just watched you for so many years. You work so hard and you worked hard and you started at the bottom, per se. Yeah. Now, not the bottom, your bottom. Like the bottom will be working for, WTOL or something. Everybody in the room is giving me the look like, damn.
Dang, you just put them out there like that. Man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So, but your bottom, you started like here and you worked your way up and you work. And people that watched you could see like the year or the season that it just switched from you being good to you being great. So just tell us about I just want you to tell us about being a champion, right? Mindset, because again, These aren't pro athletes. Nobody on our deal is a pro athlete. These are all of us. I was going to say they are, but all of us are just normal people who are striving, 24K, striving to reach the pinnacle of our personal expertise. So just I'll ask you specific questions, but let's just talk about that. The other thing that I need you to know is Nicole Royal is on. She said she took the stats when you were in high school, so that's why
I heard what you said. You said she padded my stats. I heard you. Now my camera may not have been on, but my volume and I heard you. Hey, she didn't pad them stats when we got with St. Francis, though. I can tell you that.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell us, man. Tell us about just the mindset, whatever you want to share about how to get there.
But Derick, it's different paths of how you get to success, and whatever success is, because that's a relative term. Because success for some people is not success for others, and how you chart that path is not the same. There are two roads. There are a lot of roads to get to the pinnacle of where you need to get to. As an individual, you got to figure out which road best fits who you are. Me being a former athlete, sports allowed me to focus in on train my mind, train my body, to be able to endure a lot of stress, that it takes to be successful. Stress mentally, stress physically. It also tested my endurance mentally of failure, disappointments, the highs and lows of winning and losing, the highs and lows of dealing with injuries, the highs and lows of changing teams. See, the foundation of sports from the time I was in Toledo when I was younger, the guys and women who helped kind of formulate my mind into what I needed to do to be the best, again, whatever the best was. That was the foundation of moving forward to everything else I've done. I think you're a former athlete. You understand it, Derick, that the work that you put in, the work ethic, the work that you put in when nobody is watching, when nobody is there. It's easier to go to a gym when people are there and they're watching you work out. But what about in those hours, early hours in the morning? Like I used to get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and run the trail on Parkside to Ottawa Park, or ride my bike back behind the University of Toledo in those areas to a little school and just shoot for hours. Nobody saw that, but I knew I was putting in the work because I was preparing myself for the moment when I needed it. You know what? It may be only one time that all of those drills came into effect. But if I didn't have it already in me, because I didn't put in the work, then when that one time in the game, that one moment in the game when I needed just that workout, that time that I spent, if I never put in that work, then I probably would have failed in those moments. Mm-hmm. So it's not a simple answer in regards to how did you get there. I think there's a lot of factors that allowed me to continue to pursue my career professionally post my NBA career. We were together, and for all the people there, I learned a lot from Derick because Derick and I officed together when I was in Toledo. So you talk about work ethic. Derick was one that, got to the office early, that left late, that was always grinding. And I saw that work ethic. Also bringing his family along with his son when he was a young, boy, bringing him into the office. So kind of passing it forward. So you understand what that means. Your work ethic is there. And to go back to where I was at, the NBA and sports taught me so much about people, about how to handle success, how to handle failure, how to deal with expectations not being met of my own. But more importantly, it showed and it allowed me to tap into who I am. I learned so much more about myself by going through the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of the NBA, the disappointments after my injury, not being able to play the way I wanted, being on different teams. All of those things shaped me. It gave me a different perspective, a different narrative. I tell people all the time, I say, well, Jimmy, you played on 12 different teams. You did this. I say, yeah, you know what? Sometimes your biggest disappointments are your biggest blessings. Because I played on 12 teams. I lived in 12 cities. I met fabulous people, had great teammates, great owners, great business people in those 12 cities that I never would have met if I wasn't a part of that organization and that community. So on the back end of it, it worked out. Basketball-wise, did it go the way I wanted? No. Everybody wants that fairy tale ending, that story ending. But I had to flip my mindset and say, okay, I'm here. What can I benefit from being here? Not just from a basketball perspective. And that allowed me to grow business-wise, to grow my contacts, to grow my people that I knew business-wise. Hence, when I moved forward to, when I got done playing and going into broadcast, I didn't want to broadcast. it kind of happened. Started at the Big Ten Network on the lower level, grinded my way through there, did a lot of work, a lot of driving rental cars, staying in a lot of hotels early on. But that's something, once I got involved in it, just like sports, I knew what it was going to take for me to be the best that I could be, just because of my background in sports. And that just allowed me to grow through to where I'm finally at doing, NBA games with TNT.
So, dude, I'm going to summarize what you said. First of all, I challenge, you said there's no easy answer, no one way to do it. Let me tell you what you said. You said, I worked my butt off when no one was watching. Mm-hmm. Not posting it on social media. Right? Mm-hmm. Not listening to what other people were saying. Not waiting for somebody else to want to go shoot with you. So you said, I did the work. Okay? And you said, I did the work so it might benefit me one time. Mm-hmm. That one deal, that one contract, that one opportunity. I practiced my public speaking, I practiced my writing, I practiced whatever, in case that one time something came up that was my opportunity. You also said that you worked at it for a long time. There was no instant success. You were not an overnight sensation. So you were consistent. You were committed. You said that you failed a lot, but you learned from failures. You said that the first thing you said was, I had to train my mind, not my body, not perfect mind. I had to train my mind. This is everything that I wanted you to say, right? And we did not talk, but because it translates. Devin's sitting here. Devin said, I don't know if you saw Dev. Dev, come on up. Jimmy loves Dev.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that smile.
Look at it. Hey, man, what's all this right here, man? You got enough to have all that, man.
Cool, ain't it? Yeah, he knew Dev was down here on his face with nowhere else.
Exactly. Running around the house. Remember running around the house, him and Trey in the summertime doing stuff, man.
Yep. Trey's doing hangman on him.
Exactly. It's yeah.
So anyway, you talked about training your mind. Mm-hmm. All of this has nothing to do with becoming a professional basketball player. It has everything to do with accomplishing your goals. Like you said, whatever success is, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever you think success is, you need all of these things to get to that point. Whatever it is for you, whatever level it is for you. In your world, there's a preset standard, right? Becoming a pro, right? Then becoming an all-star, then doing leading and scoring, whatever. All of that stuff that you did. So, and then you took those tools, and you didn't really say this, but I'm assuming you took all those tools. You did talk about the grind at the network, but I'm assuming you took everything that you learned, that you set up, and you used it in the Big Ten, and you use it in your real estate deals. I'm going to let you address that, but that's my thought. That's my assumption.
No, Derick, everything you said right there, you understand this is that, it's this, I think sometimes it's fallacy that, okay, I want to be great at something, so it's going to happen. Not true. Mm-hmm. I'm smart at something, so since I'm smart at it, automatically when I put my mind to it, it's going to happen. No. Now, for some people, you fall into a situation and things matriculate and it comes about, but you still got to put in the work. Right. See, with being a professional athlete, people assume so many different things, okay, that take place that don't take place. Oh, well, you got it made. You don't have to worry about this. Man, I deal with a lot of stuff. Now, again, what I deal with or dealt with or continue to deal with is all relative to my situation.
Right.
Okay. So I've been doing this since I've been going through kind of the spotlight, being there since I've been 14 years old. People don't understand what that means, what kind of burden you have to carry, not only, personally, but for your family, for friends, the expectations, the things you deal with, the negativity that you deal with, even from where you grew up.
Right.
It's a lot of things that you have to carry with you. They think that, being one way, being a celebrity in some aspect, you have no issues. Man, please. I got a lot of issues. I don't have problems.
Right.
See, that's the difference.
I love
issues.
I don't
have problems.
Choices. Remember choices and options? Yeah,
that's right.
A different level of choices and options.
And that's how I view things, is that I've been blessed to live a life that I never thought I would live growing up when I was younger. Okay? But I knew that one day if I put in the work that I would be successful. At what? Man, who the hell knows? You know what I mean? But I always had that grind. In today's world, it's so tough. And I see my son, he's 27, but even the younger generation with social media and the ideals that you have to, be on there and show the world what you're doing and who you are, to look like you're successful, to be able to keep up with everybody. Fortunately, we didn't have that when we were growing up.
Amen.
I don't know. And I don't know how that may have changed me differently if I would have grew up. It's hard to say back in the day, you should do this era is what they grew up in. So this is what they know. So you saying like with me, look, a lot of my boys didn't want to do what I wanted to do. They didn't want to get up early in the morning. They didn't want to go run the hill at Ottawa Park early in the morning. They didn't want to go shoot all day or later on. I was like, forget it then. If you don't want to do it, that's on you. But I'm going to do it. So even the same thing, like when I went into broadcasting, I wasn't naive enough to think this, okay? What happens is you get interviewed for a job. They interview you, either a studio, you may go over a game with another play-by-play guy just to see, and they give you the job. But they don't teach you how to be an analyst. So basically, you're coming in cold, trying to figure out, I got people talking to me in my ear, I'm over here, the camera over there. You don't know any of that unless you had some experience. And I did have some on-camera training before. I did do TV before leading up to that, but not on that level.
Right.
So you know what I did? I went out and hired a broadcasting coach. A coach that would teach me what this new environment, what this new profession was all about. It's no different than a golfer having a swing coach, a basketball player have a personal trainer, all these things, you know what I mean? So I knew from the beginning, in order for me to be successful, I needed help. And that help was a professional that had been in this industry for a long time. Now, if I go back and look at some stuff from 2007 and 8, I'll probably just put my head in my hands. But I wasn't that bad compared to a lot of other people who didn't have the training.
Right.
That training allowed me to grow. Now, that work ethic of being a professional athlete allowed me to do things that other people in the industry didn't want to do. Right. The research, the meticulous research, the time watching multiple games. Okay, all these things to get me prepared that when I need that one time, that one bit of information during the game, I can pull it out and provide it to the audience. Right. But if I didn't study and have it, that's a missed opportunity.
Right. Man, that's awesome, man. That's all I needed from you, man. I just needed you to be you. We have a question, and anybody else who has a question, now's your time to ask him, because we're gonna let him go do what he does. He out there in California surfing, according to the commercials we see.
Man, the water too cold out here, bro. I look at it though.
Surfing, what y'all do?
I take my little man out there so we can run around in the water.
Man, what a cutie pie! Is he there?
No, actually, he was going to be here, but if he was here right now, man, he'd be running around. Probably knock the camera over.
We want to see him. I love kids too. Yeah, he's got how old is Zay?
Two and some change, bro.
Two and some change.
Yeah, I'm that old guy picking up like about 8 years, 9 years. But man, that's your grandfather pick you up from school? Is that?
Anybody telling you no grandfather yet? So we have been typing in BAM, BAM all day by any means necessary. And they've been hitting BAM your whole talk, bro. They have been hitting BAM your whole talk because that's exactly what you've been talking about. You get it done by any means necessary. So we do have one question asking. He has a couple kids, twin boys who play sports, and he wants to know. It's easy to find a coach for their basketball skills. They're asking, what do I do for their mindset?
You know what? And that's a great question. A lot comes too from the parents. Okay, the challenge is trying to find. This is what I did with my son. Okay, and my son loved to read. When he was younger, and I was trying to get something across to him because I knew he would tune me out, no matter what I did or who I was still dad. He would tune me out.
Right.
I would get certain books for him to read that would relay my message to him and give him what I thought he needed mentally. But here's the trick. He didn't think it was coming from me. He got the book and was like, oh, I read it in the book. But I'm in the background saying, yeah, this is what I wanted you to know. But him getting it from a third party allowed him to mentally be able to get it. So it's a challenge trying to figure out where it's different ways and different people. Sometimes it's not the coach itself. It may be outside sources like books, YouTube videos that allows your son or your children to understand what it means to be mentally engaged in your sport.
Okay. No, I appreciate it, man. Anything else you want to share? The floor is yours, and we're gonna let you go do your thing.
No, man, just to you, D, for everything. I remember when you first start talking about doing this back in the day, and it was all about not yourself, but it was about helping people in a way to understand how to really benefit from investing the right way, money, but investing their mind and knowledge.
Right.
So what you're doing is you're providing both. You're allowing people to have the tools to make the right decisions mentally and then apply that financially. And a lot of people don't understand what that dynamic is and how hard that is to be able to, mesh these two things together. Yeah. And again, everybody wants instant success, and it doesn't happen that way. Again, it took me, I started Big Ten Network in 2007. Okay. I moved to Fox in 2013 to do both things. And then finally Fox in 2015 full-time, and finally got to the NBA in 2019, the beginning of 19. I've been wanting to do NBA for 8 years, but it didn't happen because I wanted it to happen. I had to be patient. I had to continue to grow. I had to continue to improve myself. So when the time came, when they said, you know what, Jimmy, we want to use you for this platform, I was ready, and I look back at the time and the work that I put in. I'm not done. I still have a long way to go, but I think about the journey. It's not the ending. That's
what I was going to ask you. Did you figure out how to enjoy yourself along the way?
You know what? I did, because in the NBA, I couldn't. I did. Don't get me wrong. In the NBA, I really, when I look back at it, maybe near the end of my career, I appreciated it a lot more. So my third year after I got hurt, I had all these expectations of who I could be, an all-star, I could be this kind of player. I'm the 5th leading scorer in the league. I got hurt. That totally changed the dynamics of who I was as a player. And I think that hurt me mentally because I really didn't enjoy playing as much as I could have, because I was always trying to prove that I can still play at a certain level. And I was still grinding, trying to figure out how to win. And then when I got older in my career, I was able to sit back and try to enjoy being a professional. Now, it's the same thing when I was, early in my career, going through those stages of growing and becoming the kind of analyst I wanted to be. It's hard to sometimes enjoy while you're in the moment, but I never lacked the appreciation of where I was at.
Okay.
That's the difference.
Okay.
Always had the appreciation of where I was at and where I was going.
Hey, man, well, I appreciate it greatly. We're going to send a present to your son. I'll text you. Figure out what he likes. We'll send him. He's sending you. I'm going to send I just swore the whole day. My sister told me.
Hey, you know what I was going to show you?
What?
I got something for you because I know you'll be jealous.
Oh, see.
So I'm going to take the camera like this, okay?
All right.
So everybody can see. This is just for Derick because he gets a little jealous at times because I got him into the cigar game.
See how you play?
And you know, I just want to show you a little something.
Yeah. Okay.
There, just because. She told me. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, if you want to get your boy something, you know, cigars are never, you know, not welcome in the household here.
I feel you. I would go over.
Just saying.
I go over to the cigar merchant, but I was talking about. You don't need no more cigars.
What do you mean? I mean, I'm gonna have one this morning in your honor. What do you mean?
All right, man.
Some nice rum, nice little rum, neat.
Okay.
Boy, the palate lights up, bro. That cigar is just like. I was gonna light one while we were talking, but I said, you know, it's just the first time we on. Next time, maybe I'll light it up and we do it.
All right. Hey, everybody can know I used to buy him golf balls, like golf balls as my appreciation. Now I gotta buy cigars.
I know, right?
Knowing him, he gonna want one of each. So.
Hey.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Man. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
I love you too, bro. Talk to you anytime, D.
All right, thanks, man.
All right.
All right, you guys heard it. I did not. I swear to you. Here's how this went down. I messaged him probably 60 days ago and said, "Hey, man, I'm putting on this deal. It's virtual because of COVID. Can you jump on?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'll jump on." But if you know anybody that's busy, not just him, anybody that's busy, and he, well, to his credit, he did say, "Look, you know, who knows what's going on? If I'll be doing any color commentary, but if I'm free, I'll do that. I'll do it for you." That was it. I said, okay. He said, okay. I sent him an image saying, "Hey, can I post this image of you to get his approval?" He never responded. I posted it anyway. and then I just called him yesterday. I texted him yesterday, or he texted me and said, "Hey, are you going to send me something to get on?" And that was it. And the reason why I did it was because you do not have to prepare for success, right? You don't have to, somebody that's already done it. You are worried and working to prepare for success. You are already there. You already got everything you need right here. You're just scared to put it out there. You're scared to do the work because you're scared to go all in, because if you go all in and you don't get where you think you ought to go, you're going to consider yourself a failure. And so I'm telling you, do the time management. Get your money right? Get your game, your headspace, get your game right, and go all in. It's the only way to know that you're going to get your path started. It's the only way to get where you really want to be and need to be is to go all in. He told you everything that we've been preaching for the last 6-7 years. You know, you're going to have some failures, but we want to minimize them. You need some coaching. It minimizes the failures. Did you hear him say about the coaching? Every expert has somebody that is role modeling them, is mentoring them to get where they need to be. What we want to do is we want to help you, continue to help you to get to where you want to be.